Hello, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. It's been a hot minute since I've been on Facebook Live, but I've been wanting to get back on, and I was, I don't know, really thinking about content. I was having a conversation with a mentee of mine today about how, everybody in the universe who uses their Facebook page for business, they say, post, like create, put more and more content out there. But I was really honest with them and said, with my mentee today, and I said, listen, I don't post content unless I have something I want to say. And my hope then is that the folks that come on to watch me know that I only come on when I have something that I feel like is important to share. I don't post for the sake of posting. I don't come on live just for the sake of coming on live. But I'm going to be really vulnerable here and tell you something about my Friday last week. And then we're going to get into this video and how it all comes together. So Friday last week, let me see. I'm not getting any of the comments. We didn't the other day either. It was so weird. Hopefully they'll pop up. Anyway, it says somebody's on. Hello, I can't see who you are. But anyway, my Friday. So Friday, March 24th, 2017, would have been my 10-year wedding anniversary. I got divorced a year and a month ago, so that was heavy. Add to that back in November, my grandmother had had a stroke, and she thinks, that she may have had a mini stroke in her sleep in the last few days. And then the third thing that happened is a very good friend of my mom passed away on Friday morning. I didn't know him well, but he had just been diagnosed with cancer, I think like 3 weeks beforehand. So in one day, a very good friend of my mom's died, and she called me to talk about that. We're trying to figure out sort of whether or not Grandma had another stroke and what any of us can do to be supportive of her. And as I said, it would have been my 10-year wedding anniversary had I still been married. And so for all those reasons, it was a really, really heavy day. It was a heavy day for me. And when I have heavy days, I don't tend to come on Facebook Live. I don't have a lot of energy, and it was just, it wasn't a super sad day. It was just heavy. It was a lot of emotion. Anyway, though, what led me to do this video today is all of that just reminded me that we are not invincible. None of us, right? And that we have this one life to live. Only this one life to live. And I had just gotten finished a few weeks ago reading this book, The Dream Manager, which is excellent. Teeny tiny little book. Excellent. And on recommendations, total irony, not at all together. Several people have encouraged me to read this, The Dream Giver, also this tiny little book. And so, again, in thinking about the fact that I, had what would have been my 10-year wedding anniversary, but I'm not married. My grandmother had what we believe to be a second stroke, and my mom lost a very, very close friend of hers on Friday morning who had just been diagnosed with cancer 3 weeks before that. Friday was heavy. It was a heavy, heavy day. And so I've been reading these books, and I've been thinking how not invincible we are, and about how we only have one life to live. And so here's the big question. What is your dream? What is your dream? And if you're willing to go even bigger than what is your dream, what are your dreams? Because see, here's the problem. Most of us live these very average lives, these up and down, stress and positive times, and stress and positive times. And very few of us really take the time to dream, to imagine what life would be like if we pursued the thing we really want. And part of the trouble with that is because we don't ever think about what our dreams are or what our big dream is, we don't take the time to think about it. When somebody asks us, we have absolutely no idea. We have absolutely no idea. And so here is my argument to you. If you have a nudge, maybe you don't know exactly what your dream is. Maybe you don't know, but you have a nudge that there's more out there for you, that there's something better, something different. There's a place where you're not entirely content. There's a draw to be something different, to have something different, to do something different, you wouldn't have that nudge if it weren't meant for you. So Jennifer Miracle Best actually just jumped on. The two books really quickly are The Dream Giver and The Dream Manager. This was an excellent book, and then this was told to me after. But JMB and I have been talking a lot about the law of attraction lately. And the way the law of attraction would frame this sense of the fact that, like, you wouldn't have this dream, you wouldn't have this nudge if it wasn't meant for you. A way to talk about that with the law of attraction means that you're out of alignment. So you notice the difference, you notice the disparity, you notice the discontent, you notice the dis-ease when you're out of alignment. And so if you have a dream and you're in line with it, it feels really good because you are hunting it down, right? You know exactly where the checker flag is and you are going for it. And there's nothing can get in your way at that point. So that nudge is God, the universe, whatever you believe in's way of telling you that you're on this journey, you're on a path, but the path you're meant to be on is like over there. And maybe, just maybe, your path will like work its way around to over there. Or you can just say, and I know where I want to be. I need to take a step towards that. Right? So if there's some kind of discontent, whether it's in your relationships or the fact that you're working for someone else and you don't like that, or maybe it's really gossipy in your work environment, or I don't know, you don't want to have a boss anymore. Maybe it's about your exercise and your wellness. Maybe it's about wanting to take a big trip. Maybe there's a poem that has just been on your heart that needs to be written. Maybe you want to write a book. Maybe you want to foster a child. Maybe you want to adopt a kid. Maybe you want to send your parents on an incredible getaway, like the honeymoon or the anniversary they never had. Maybe it's that you want to have some disposable income. Maybe you want to make a job change. Maybe you're tired of sitting behind a desk. Maybe you want to sit behind a desk, right? I mean, like, whatever that thing is, whatever your dream is, you wouldn't have it if you weren't meant to pursue it. I promise. Because listen, there are plenty of dreams that people have out there that I don't have. And there are plenty of dreams that I have that other people don't have. One of my big dreams is like, I want to be on a big stage somewhere with a wireless microphone in front of thousands of people doing this. I want to be working the crowd. I want to be down in where everybody is. I want to coach on the spot. For other people, the thought of doing public speaking like that is not at all amusing or exciting or a draw for them. And so that means it's meant to be my dream. It isn't meant to be your dream. But we all have dreams. We all have nudges. And if we would just get quiet enough and still enough, whether that's prayer or meditation, whether it means turning the radio off in your car and have a couple minutes of silence, whether it's those moments right before you fall asleep at night when you're thinking about your day and how grateful you were. What if you started to dream? Here's the other thing. The definition of a dream is that it's like so big and so cool that you're not entirely sure how you'd even get there. That's the kind of dream I'm talking about, right? That you can't see the there from here and you can't choose 1 or 2 or 3 steps to get there. That's a dream. That's what we're talking about here. Now, the other thing that comes in balance, right? So we have these great dreams and we get really, really excited about them. And part of what holds people back from achieving them, or what even holds them back from getting excited about it, is their fear. And here's what I want to talk to you about that. If it doesn't scare you, it isn't big enough. I agree. Here's what I want to talk to you about the fear that we let hold us all back. Hello, everyone. It's so great to be on and have all my people hop on. It's great to see you all. We treat every one of our fears as though they're a life and death fear. Okay, put that on for size a minute, right? We are meant to have fears. We are meant to have some fears, right? Like, we're afraid of snakes because there are some snakes that if they bit us would cause our death. right? We're afraid of maybe heights or cliffs or something because if we had fallen off, that could cause our peril, right? You might be afraid of lions or tigers or bears. I don't know. That makes sense. That's like intuition, right? That's a truly gonna, like, life or death, save you moment. Here is the thing though. Being afraid of public speaking is not gonna freaking kill you. Failure will not stop your heart from beating. Taking a risk that doesn't pan out is not the end of the world. Doing something everybody else doesn't think you should do, yeah, not going to kill you. The universe, the world is going to continue to revolve around its axis. I promise. And maybe, just maybe, you learn along the way, and maybe you achieve the goal, and even if you don't, you learn something to make you that much closer to achieving the goal, or to provide you that much more clarity so that you can. Every fear that we have is not a life or death fear. I promise you. I promise you. You know, when I worked in the college setting, all my students would get in trouble, or something would go wrong, or they'd be drinking or having sex or whatever it was. They ended up to be LGBT, and they realized it while they were at college. And everybody's biggest fear is my parents are going to disown me. Now, has that ever happened to anybody? Yes, it has. And I don't want to try to say that it hasn't happened to people. It absolutely has happened to people, and it's awful. But for the lion's share of people, that isn't the case. For the lion's share of us, it isn't the case that our partner's going to divorce us because we try to achieve our dream, or that we're going to get fired from our job, or that our parents are going to disown us. And you know what? Here's the thing. I'm going to step way out there. Y'all are welcome to disagree with me. You know, I love a good debate sometimes. But I would argue that if my closest friends and my partner and the people that allege they love me most saw the passion in my eyes, knew how motivated I was, had a sense of the vision I had and the dream that I wanted to achieve, and knew that it wasn't going to actually really truly hurt me, and they didn't support me in it, we would have problems. Period. Period. I just said to somebody the other day on Facebook in a comment, I don't have people in my life I have to put up with. I don't have people in my life by choice that I feel like I have to put up with. That's it. I have people in my life who support me to be my best self. Who are going to call me on my shit, who are going to encourage me when it's tough, who want to see the vision I have for my life as clearly as I do. And my hope is that I'm that person for other people. My hope is that my coaching helps you get really clear about the vision that you have. That together we create a strategy that you can't help but make movement and progress towards that dream. And that then we get to celebrate together on the other side of that. That's what friends and family members ought to do. That's what the people who love us ought to do for us. Is to check our fears at the door, right? To say, that's not a logical fear. What data and evidence do you have that that's true? What would it take for you to make your first step towards your dream today? And how can I support you in doing it? So, again, I want to hear what your dreams are. What is your dream? Bigger question, what are your dreams? You're allowed to have more than one. And maybe, just maybe, you've achieved a dream or some of your dreams already, and that's amazing. So then my question to you is, what's next? When I think about my grandmother being, 80 years old and having what is potentially her second stroke, when I think about that friend of my mom's who knew for 3 weeks he had cancer and died, was having a conversation with his wife that morning and died later the same morning. When I think about the fact that I could have stayed in a marriage that wasn't all that's possible in marriage, or I could have decided that there was something not good enough about me and decided to act like a turtle and pull my head and my hands and my feet in my shell. For those of you that haven't seen that video, go find it. It's on here. But what that effectively does is it sticks us right where we are, in front of the predator. No way. No way. Stick your head back out. Find your hands and find your feet. And get moving. Get to work. So what is your dream, or what are your dreams? What irrational fear or fears are you letting hold you back from living the life that you're imagining? What can I do to support you in that? And then number 4, and potentially the biggest question of all, what step can you take today? Today, I understand it's 9:45. There is a step you can take yet today to get you closer to that dream. Whether it's about thinking about it before you go to bed tonight and figuring out what it is. Maybe it's about journaling it. Maybe it's about reminiscing about the times that you felt the most on fire in your life, the most passionate, the most motivated. What do those times have in common? And how can that inform you about a future goal, dream, desire, vision? So many words that you could frame this, right? So today, what can you do today to get you a step closer to the life that you've only imagined? Because here's the thing. In the last year and a half, I moved out of my home. I got divorced. I went through life coach school. I started a coaching program. I've cashed out a bunch of my retirement so that I can keep going in this business. A bunch of people think I'm crazy. I don't have the same friends that I used to. I set total boundaries with my family about when I'm asking for advice and when I'm not. And, telling them when they decide to give me the advice that I really appreciate it and I'm fine. I have gotten crystal clear in the last year and a half that we have one life to live. We have one life to live. I am 37 years into mine. I have no idea if tomorrow will exist for me, or next month or next year. So there is zero chance that I am going to live average ever again. There is zero chance that I'm going to let another day go by doing anything other than exactly what my heart and my soul call me to do. That's it. That's it. And you know what? The life I'm living now isn't what I imagined it would have been 5 or 10 years ago. And everything happens for a reason. Absolutely every stinking thing happens for a reason. And I don't know what my journey looks like in the long run, but I imagine myself coaching, speaking, teaching, training, motivating, perhaps writing my own dream book, right? I don't know, folks. Here's the thing. It's time. We are out of time. We are out of time to live our lives in cruise control. I am done living my life by the GPS that is someone else's voice. Cutting it off. It's going to be my voice, or it's going to be some sort of inspired thought or idea or action. God, the universe, the law of attraction, man, I don't know, and I don't care. What I do know is it's working for me. The prosperity game is working. My guided meditations are working. The momentum is going. My life is on fire in some of the best ways. And all I want is for all of you to have that too. Okay, let me go back and catch up on some comments. I love that you all wrote. Ashley signed in. Megan, Katie, Rhonda, JMB, Margot. Oh, Margot, thank you for that compliment. Jennifer Miracle Best. What were the 2 books? I told you those, right? Dream Giver and Dream Manager. Dream Giver is fairly religious. Dream Manager is not. I loved this one. I like this one. Margot, I think that's a 10, a high 10. Hello, Whitney. Ethan, good to see you on. If it doesn't scare you, it's not big enough. Amen. Amen. But then we have to harness that fear and turn it into motivation. It's gas in the tank, right? Christy Dove, hello. Ashley said, that's so true. I think that I saw that post when we were talking about fear and how we treat all of our fears as though they're like life and death, and they're not. We need to rein that stuff in. Margo, you said so true. I think that was the same time. Liz, hello. I love that truth. I love that. I don't know. I don't have people in my life I have to put up with. I'm telling you. Cut the cord. Cut the cord. Now, there are people in meetings and there are people in other places that are not necessarily my people, but I'm choosing to be at the meeting, right? And so I put up with it and I be civil. But in terms of like my time, my personal time, my enjoyment time, I don't have people in my life I have to put up with. Oh, Liz, thanks. I am that person. Margot, check the fear. I said that. Check the fear at the door. Okay, Katie, I have 10 dreams. Yes! That's so typical of me, though. Good thing I can multitask. I'm living out one of my dreams, though, being a stay-at-home mom. You totally are. You're rocking it, along with all the balls you got in the air and all the businesses you've got going. JMB, call me crazy all day long. Jennifer Miracle Best and Kristen, her friend Kristen, have a show on Friday nights on Blog Talk Radio called Call Me Crazy, all about the law of attraction. I called in and picked on them the first night of their show, and then I was on, I guess, a week or so ago, but you can find it on iTunes, so catch up on the archive, and then join them this coming Friday night. My main dream is to be so in love with who I am, so my girl knows that's totally okay. Yes, you have daughters. You have daughters. They're watching us. Kids are watching us all the time. All the time. And every time we make a comment about how fat we are or how we don't look good or these clothes don't fit or we have a crappy boss or whatever, that sets the tone to make all that okay for them. And it's not okay for them. It's not okay for them. Liz, my heart keeps sending me mixed messages. I know, girl. I'm here. I can help you out. I promise I will. I read Dream Giver years ago and loved it. It's very good. Thank you for the birthday card. Oh, I sent birthday presents all on Friday, and everybody in Florida and in Pennsylvania got them on the same day. Northern Florida and Pennsylvania, same day. I don't know how that works, but you're welcome. Happy birthday. JMB. You're saying thanks. I think that's for your show shout out. So you're very welcome. It has been a lot of fun to listen to you all and to be on the journey as you explore and manifest the heck out of everything you think about. That's so cool. That's so cool. So I am manifesting money right now and clients, and that's pretty cool too. Feels pretty good. I had a woman I don't even know write to me today, and she said, "My mom sent me to you." I don't know her mom either, but I like it. I like it. Okay, see, like I came with some notes. So let me take a quick peek and make sure that I read them all. Yes, I said when we were talking about fears and we think that they're all life or death, the notes I had about fear of speaking, because, lots of people have that. Fear of being vulnerable. I will tell you, here's another nugget. Here's another nugget if you want to go there. You are as strong as you will ever be when you're vulnerable. Promise. It doesn't feel that way, and it totally freaks us all out. But here's the thing. When we get vulnerable, there isn't any shit anybody can hold against us. There's no skeleton in the closet. There's no issue. And here's the thing. Nobody's going to pick on your vulnerability because they're not willing to go there. And if they were willing to go there, they wouldn't be picking on your vulnerability. I promise. I promise. Guaranteed. So you do not need to be afraid to be vulnerable. Lots of us have a fear about disappointing other people. Here is the thing. Here's a little another nugget. Man, I'm full of them tonight. Be worried about disappointing yourself. Be worried about disappointing yourself. That's far worse than disappointing anybody else, I promise. If you were on your deathbed, the things that people regret are not, they don't say, I wish I'd have worked more. They say, I wish I would have had better relationships. I wish I would have made more memories. I wish I would have quit that job, started my own job, wrote that book, right? The regrets are about what they didn't do, not often about what they did. Don't disappoint yourself. Don't disappoint yourself. Don't let yourself down. I'll tell you, it's easier to let yourself down than it even is to let other people down. Don't do it. Because here's the thing, that's where pride and integrity come. That's where pride and integrity come. When you impress yourself. When you beat the odds. When you steamroll through the obstacle. Impress yourself. All the rest of the pieces will fall into place. I said this, I'm going to say it again. You wouldn't have the dream if you weren't meant to pursue it and achieve it. And if you don't know what the dream is, start paying attention to the nudge. There's a nudge. And I can tell you, anywhere that there's discontent, anywhere where you're feeling like, I dread going to work in the morning. I dread coming home at night. I just wish I had more energy when I did this or that. Start paying attention. Those are nudges. Those are nudges. Pay attention to the nudge. All these people that are out there gossiping all over the place, running their mouths, gossip. Here's the thing. That isn't about the person they're gossiping about. That's about their own damn insecurity. You will never impress yourself gossiping about everybody else. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. So pay attention to the nudge. Pay attention to the nudge. Follow the nudge. And so again, some of the things that I asked you about were, what is your dream, or what are your dreams? What irrational fear are you letting hold you back, or fears? What can I do to support you in achieving the dream? What step can you take today? Today. So is it about writing something down? Is it about a phone call you need to make? Is it about an email you need to send? Is it about making the ask of someone to show up differently, or to hold you accountable, or to join you in the journey? There is something you can do today that's going to get you closer to your dream. And for some of us, it's just clarifying. It's paying attention. When did I feel the nudge last? What was that about? What feels like it's in common of all the nudges that I'm having right now? Man. You can tell I haven't been on live in a while. I have a lot of catching up to do. All right, let me scroll through some more of these comments. Let me catch back up. Margot, money magnet. It's my favorite phrase on the planet. I am a money magnet. I cannot say it without laughing. Jennifer Miracle Best is making Law of Attraction t-shirts, and she promised me she's going to make a money magnet one, and then I get the first one. I'll put it on and take a picture for your Call Me Crazy show, JB. You are a money magnet there. Jennifer said it too. I love it. Ashley Dillon. Oh, I like that. You never know how strong you are until your weakest moment. That's true. Great perspective. Thanks, Liz. I've got so many nudges going on right now. Just trying to figure out the direction. Well, Miss Ashley, you and I have had that conversation a few times before. I'm happy to have it again, if you'd like to have it again. I need a weekend with you. I need to come to Georgia. It might have to happen. Listen, if you come to Georgia, it's going to be a come to Jesus talk. But you will leave here with a plan. You will leave here with a plan. I got a bed and a couch. Come on down. Christy, preach it, sister. I am. I said, I'm hot tonight. I haven't been on in a really long time. I'm like an overinflated tire. It's like you just open the cabinet, psh, come back to reality. Jenny, I've been thinking all day about making a better schedule for myself so I can get closer to achieving all my goals. That might be your first step. That might be your first step. Take your first step today. And then your accountability is you have to tell me about it tomorrow night when we chat. Ashley, we need to chat soon. This I can assure you. Listen, folks, listen. You have no idea what coaching can do for you until you give it a try. And, I posted something perhaps a little snarky yesterday. And I knew full well it had a little snark. I will own my Snarkville yesterday. But I posted yesterday about how people find, make, or save money for the things they really want, for the things that really matter. Cash is being a princess. I apologize for his whining. People make, find, or save money for the things they really want. And I literally know people who have processed with me how to save money. And for some of them, it was drinking coffee at home rather than out, right? It was a few less lunches or dinners out. It was buying cheaper groceries, right? Maybe you live on pasta for a while, or rice, or something else. I don't know, whatever you do, soup, cereal. When you really want something, you find a way to get it. And coaching is an investment in you for the rest of your life. For the rest of your life. It can be different because of some coaching. Here's the thing, all those other things, eating out, drinking booze, buying more clothes, bags, shoes, just about all these things that people are spending their money on, it goes away. Totally goes away. Listen, I can't remember what I ate yesterday most days of the week. So, how important is it that I'm out spending money on it? And what if I saved that money towards something bigger? Getting coached, paying off debt, wanting to have a family trip that you can make memories at. I have zero judgment. I want to be clear. I have zero judgment. If you want to eat out, eat out. You want to drink booze, buy cigarettes, whatever that is all up to you. All I'm saying is choose that wisely. Because here's the thing. You are sending God in the universe, along with yourself and money, messages about what you're worth and what money is worth to you. Just get really clear about it. Just know that. Just know that, right? Every penny that you spend on something that just goes away tells God, the universe, you, and your money what your money is worth to you. You just got to know it. You got to know it. Okay, Ashley says, need to chat soon. All right. Margot, I'm in love with your energy. All of a sudden, I just got deep and quiet because I was sharing my snark. So I apologize. I'm back. Jenny says, with a wink face. Hopefully that means I have accountability. That means you have to do it. Okay, Ashley, I love that post, by the way. Money and saving money has been on my mind for a while, and I so needed that yesterday. It is absolutely true. It is absolutely true. I'm doing NyQuil shots. Okay. I know you're not feeling well. Perhaps you didn't have much choice in that. Who knows? Maybe those shots are as good as other kinds of shots. It'll be as good, I guess, if you feel better tomorrow. Listen, ever since I started talking about my Snarkville yesterday, a bunch of people got off. Either they were feeling guilty or it got too serious. I don't know. It's okay. It's all right. It's all right. All I do know is that I'm relatively entertaining. And so for all those students that fall asleep in my class, I just shake my head. It could be so much worse. I could be preaching to you with a PowerPoint. But no, I'm here being fun. All right, folks. Well, again, please comment if you dare, if you will, if you have the courage. What is or are your dreams? Really, truly, what are you dreaming about? What are the irrational fears you're allowing to hold you back? What can I do to support you and serve you? And what are you going to do today, yet tonight, to take a step towards that goal? A step towards achieving the dream. It might be clarifying the dream. It might be making a schedule. It might be making a list. It might be talking to your partner about your dream, asking what their dream is. It might be writing an email. I don't know what it might be for you. For me, it's going to be asking to do some more speaking. It's going to be reaching out to people, trying to get some more speaking gigs, because that's where I'm feeling drawn to right now. So I got to find some places to talk. Margot, I think those are dollars. I love dollars. I love dollars. All right, everybody, thanks for hanging with me. It was so good to see you all. Thank you for coming on. I love it when you all comment and I get to see them and we get to chat. And if you are not willing to post your stuff publicly, always send me a message. I'm really, 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 really good about getting back in touch with people. So we'll chat. And if you want a free coaching discovery call, then you give me a call and we will we'll hook it up. We'll get you a discovery call. You have a great night too, Jen Yingling. Hey, Miss Gianna. I hope that means you're back. Back in the damsel saddle. Back in business. And Margot is new on my team. So we'll have to all get together in a big team, something or other here one of these days. Thank you for such energy and amazingness. Thank you all. Hopefully you can still fall asleep tonight, right? Hopefully I'm not like a, I don't know, shot of caffeine. I don't think so. I'll be interested, Margot, to see if your partner enjoys this video as well, since he gave you compliments on a prior video. All right, everybody. Have a good evening. I can't wait to hear what your dreams are and how I can help you. Happy to do it. Talk to you soon, everybody. Good night.